Hello. So, cheers. Right. So what have I done? Um, so last time you remember that we had this little problem where we had the obvious half a stud issue where this here was interfering with this. It looked garbage, and this thing here was problematic as well. Didn't allow the bodywork to come up to the pillar. So the obvious solution was to move this half a stud backwards. So this could be moved half a stud backwards. Problem solved. Yeah, well, if you don't like it, you can always turn off. This stream has never been for children, so you know. Um, so what I did here, I used this here. Obviously, it's fixed in place. Everything here is very rigid, and it works. It works like a charm. I had to reinforce stuff here. The build that I had, I experimented with many things, but the build that I had in the afternoon was just using so many parts and didn't really help. Until I used a simple lift arm that I anchored here on the rocker panel. Problem solved. I mean, the main problem was that everything here was twisting when the door was being closed. It's still a little bit soft, but this here is holy shit. This everything here is it's so rigid. I don't know how to reinforce it more. The front of the car feels like it's made out of one piece. So the thing is that the spring for the door is here, and the door is mounted here. And they are obviously not on the same lift arm. Or, and there's there's some movement happening between them. You can see it when you close the door. I deem it acceptable because it's fine. It's better than on any other model. So at the same time, we have here the lift arm is a little more supported because now it's supported directly onto this here. And obviously, I have completely redesigned this part. Frame is no longer there because this lift arm here is where the frame used to be, and these here are directly connected to connectors here. I have no. You probably cannot see it because it's buried deep inside. But yeah, you get the idea. You can see one of the connectors here. I mean, it uses fewer parts, I guess, and I mean, everything here is like it's extremely sturdy. Even when I grab something here, and when I I really have to use force to rotate it. So I'm very happy with it. The roof, of course, now that we can build the lift arms here up until the pillars, also better. The door, since everything here is no longer made out of jelly, is working perfectly. And you will able to see. Will you be able to see? Come on. Okay, I've done a good job. So we hold everything very still. You can see barely how the load is transferred from here to here, and this piece moves very slightly. Before, I had issues that parts here were separating. So basically, this and this were separating because nothing else was moving except this. So now everything is fine. Everything is very solid except of the window frame, but you know it's probably gonna remain as soft as it is because there's really no way of anchoring it in a proper way, I guess, except if we do the I mean, we have to do the black frame here, which is iconic for the Countach, and maybe then we could do the black frame in a way where it would be supported here somehow, I don't know, and then it would then this would not be as soft, I guess. But I really like the fact that the red accent, like in the real car, is now the door. So the door is the red part of the design. And these here are basically black. They are the window frame, and everything looks wider because of that, of course, which is the intent. Yeah, I mean, from here on, we need to do the rest of the car. So this part here is okay, I guess. I would probably want to fill in just this part here with something red. Let me do this just for visuals. Just for visuals. Let me do this with something to show you what I mean. Just so that the line here is straight. The line here is straight. And I think this piece here is doing the job, actually. Let me make this, well, not permanent, but, just put it in there. Maybe we can do something better here that doesn't have the pinhole, but just so we can visually imagine it, so that there's no dip in here, and it's kind of like in the real car, you know. So it's kind of a straight line here. Yeah, I guess. And the hood, we can, you know, now it goes in by a whole stud actually, because I remodeled stuff here. So it can be like only half a stud in, I guess, to create the desired visual effect of the hood being lower than the cheeks. But you know, this is fine tuning that we can do afterwards. So the only part here in the front, mechanical part, that we still need to do is how to actuate the headlights manually. Leonex, well, do behave. You know, not all Russians support the war. You know, if you support the war, you're not welcome. But if you don't support the war, you are welcome. So yeah, but let's not go there if we can. Okay, let's not. Anyway, how are we going to tackle this? Because I want to solve this part, and then most of what we're gonna do after this, except the complete redesign of the gearbox, after the parts that I ordered are coming. This is gonna be the last mechanical part that we need to engineer ish, you know. There's gonna be probably some minor mechanism somewhere here that we still need to do, but this is more or less the final mechanical part. Yeah. So how do we want to do that? No matter what we're gonna do, we have to make a lever that's gonna actuate this. Then after we get here, we can have still a lever, or we can have a switch like in the modern car, when we turn the light switch. So actuated by gears, I guess, because there is definitely not room for gears here. We do need to do some of the work with levers. No. Question is how. That is the $1,000,000 question. How do we do this? Guess I will remove the hood because it's gonna be just in our way. Let me show you what we have. So I have installed a lever on the axle with the clutch. Obviously, because the axle with the clutch is the one that's gonna be actuated, and of course it's detached. Because of that, it's detached from the motor, which is what we want, because the motor has too much torque and we cannot really, you know, move it here. Doesn't need a lot of force, but it's quite it's the actuation is. Yeah. The thing is, you want to actuate it relatively in the middle. We could do actuation, just on one side, but if we do it just on one side, it's if we, move just one headlight, uh, once this is closed, you see this one is still open. So we need to do it on both sides. It works on the axle that I'm pulling here because it goes through both, but if just here, it's too much slack. So, things that are here still need to be revised a little bit because my biggest fear that I have here is that someone will look at it and say, that looks like a mock. That's you know. And there are some sections here that I did today that need, let's say, a revision to be to look a little more professional. Let's say like this. But this mechanism, if we do just some botched, levers here, it's gonna look like shit. We cannot do gears. Not like this. In the afternoon when I was doing this, I was, not. I was all my attention was on making this sturdy, and I did this. But here, my subconscious did not was not finding a solution for this. Let's put it this way. I was constantly thinking about this for the past few days, but not this. How much does it need to move? 2 studs. 2 studs, okay. We need to move 2 studs. Yeah, I would actually like to put the mechanism itself on this here, so that when we remove this module, we only have to disconnect the mechanism from whatever we're gonna have here, and pull it out. Same with installation. Yeah. So we have all the room. We have all the room. So this is so yeah. To start. Yeah. Let's take this out. Let's take this out. What? Who said? Who said we're gonna use that? Long axle and bevel gears? No. Nobody said we're gonna use that. No. There is definitely not room for that. No, sir. No, sir. There we go. See how simple it is to remove. Yeah, so in the neutral position, this is like here, and then we pull it up. So the chassis rail is like this. That's why we have this pinhole here, because this pinhole here is where we are gonna, start our mechanism, I guess. And we're gonna try a few things. Keep in mind, I have no idea what I'm doing. As usual. So if we remove this here, I don't know if Countach has flex cables, but in any case, we need a mechanism that's gonna push this up. Because a flex cable alone is not gonna do it, because it's gonna have to be, there's no room for just a flex cable. But I'm thinking of getting rid of this here, because if we just disconnect it, it's not doing that much, I guess. But I would still like to do this differently, better, because we can. Or can. Oh no. It has to go up there. Fuck. Okay, so this has to be like this. We have to go around this. Fine, yes. So we need two levers, one here and one connecting this. This wasn't here, would be perfect. Sadly it is. And we have to have it because we remove it. It's here precisely because, and we cannot have the pin here either, because then this is in the way. So let's see. Yeah, okay. Not needed here. What we have to do is just this. Very simple solution, and we are removing the pins. So basically, this is gonna go away, and instead of that, we're gonna have two pins here, and everything is gonna be even better than before. There we go. Now this is even sturdier than before, and we have both of these, and we have we have all the all the pins that we need. And let's see. No, 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 not pneumatic. Not pneumatic. This is not where we use pneumatic. Okay, we are pulling. Pulling. Problem is, of course, this would need to be longer. So we're not going to use this here, but we are going to use a construct, obviously. So this is 4 studs. Simple lever like this should do. No, I actually have not. Well, functions that kind of don't work, you know, are pointless. Our functions have to work. If they don't work, why have them? You know. Okay, so let's see. How far does this need to be pulled? Problem is also the wires. Wires are kinda in the way here, so we're gonna need to route them. Okay, interesting. It wasn't my fault. Happy, of course. Good question. Good question. But you know, there's only so much flexibility that we can build in. I honestly don't know how I would do this, you know, where you really have the complete option. One way would be if for the version without the servo, we would build a separate mechanism that you would install instead of this. So you would have a mechanism that's different than this because there's no motors. It would be completely built, without motor, and it would just have the mechanical actuation. But let me first route these. So that they don't give us trouble anymore. Yeah, this should be fine. Yeah, okay, now let's see how we can do this. Okay. Okay, we are kinda there. Come on. What? Oh. Okay. So our lever here, if everything is not aligned perfectly, it's getting stuck. It's getting stuck on this lift arm here. So we need to make sure that this doesn't happen. Now, see, it can get stuck. Everything is not perfect. This must not happen. Okay. So this is in the extreme position. I would probably want to do this, but I am absolutely not sure if the hood is going to clear this. It is. Hood clears. Hood clears the lever. Okay. But how do we actuate it? See, even if we had a flex system now, this would not help us a lot because this is it's it's moving a lot. And if we look at the side view, what's happening here? It's it's laying flat, and when it's flat like this, I don't know what to do with it. Also, when it's like this, in this exact position, it's probably gonna impact this here. I mean, obviously. Because every time we do something, it affects something else. Also, right? Yeah, because it's not in the center, we have a problem with actuation. Because it's closer to this than it is to this. This one closes completely, this one doesn't. Which sucks, to put it mildly. Even though the actuation actually is, see, actually is, this is the lift arm that's where it grabs. It's closer to the center than the wheel, than this here. But then I don't understand why. Yeah, because it has slack. Okay, so we need to use friction pins instead of non-friction pins, which is kind of good because the friction that we add into this system will also hold the headlights up, before they used to sag down a little bit. So this is good. Yeah. Ish. But still. Okay. Yeah. I cannot open them fully. How do we do this? How do we do this? How to do this, in a simple way where you could play with it on your desk. You're imagine having the model on your desk, and obviously you're not gonna have the wheel that I have here because this is gonna be all covered, and obviously not every time you want to get the remote out, turn the key, pair the motors, whatever. You just want to play and fiddle with it on your desk. So you open the door, you open the door, and you just or you don't open the door and just just fiddle with a button or switch inside here and open the headlights. That's my idea. That's what I would like to do here. Probably we are gonna have something that's here-ish. That's gonna be easiest. So we're not gonna go to the trouble of routing the mechanism to either side of the dashboard. We're gonna have, I don't know, maybe a black wheel here. Since it's gonna be black, it's gonna be hidden. It's not gonna stare at you. Um, it's gonna look like a hand of God steering, but it's gonna be actually the headlight actuation mechanism, if you will. That's really my idea. Mm, Basically, I would put it on the dashboard here. I would put it on the dashboard. Okay, let's engineer from here to there for a brief moment. What would happen? What would happen? Can we use this? I wonder. No. Sadly, no. Because the angle of attack is just not good enough. Wow. Oof. What the fuck? Okay, this grips a lot. And on the placement is also worrying. If I place this, for example, here, like this, it's gonna be kinda obvious, wouldn't it? It's kinda in the way. But then again, I could place it underneath here because we do have the room. This is probably less obvious. And I would turn this, and then the headlights would pop. But if we do this, we could do it with gears. How could we do it with gears? I mean, not a lot of force is required, but we basically need 3 gears because the gears are gonna be the differential, if you know what I mean. If we had it this-ish, gears would be here. This would go somewhere here, and we would have like an axle, let's say, an axle that comes from the dashboard here. Then what? Then what we do? What do we do? Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, what if we replace this with gears? But how do we brace the gears then? That's the problem. Even if we had this as a gear, it would never work. It wouldn't be consistent because the gears would always separate. And sadly, I cannot put a lever in here because there's no room. There's no room. Ideally, we would have a lever here in front, but we can't because this part of the motor is, we cannot remove it. We do need the gear here, and everything else is bracing. That has to be there. Hmm. I am very open to suggestions. Good thing that we have at least um, an electric motor here that we can use for opening the headlights. But as you know me, this is not enough. It has to be something. Hmm. I'm thinking. I'm just distracting myself with uh, with this. Problem is that we have the hood here already, so there's not much room for experimentation. out. Maybe I'm gonna get an idea when I have it in my hands. Maybe we have to, re-engineer this a little bit. The whole thing here. But the problem is we want to actuate the actual axle, not the clutch gear. Because if we have anything else than a rotating mechanism, I have an idea. Okay, I'm gonna have a pee because I need to go to the toilet. Yeah. I'll be back in a bit. Okay. So what we're gonna do? We are not gonna use the lever at all. We are gonna put another gear here, and we're gonna actuate everything through the gears, because we are gonna have a rotating knob on the dashboard, and in that case, it's irrelevant if we use gears or whatever. You can just uh, if we actuate the clutch here, it's irrelevant. You just rotate it as long as for as long as it's necessary until you engage this. Yeah. Basically, we're gonna have to re-engineer the holder here because we're gonna have to have another gear here. But yeah, so this goes away. The cables go on the other side, so we have room here. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. And here we can optimize this as well. 1, 2, 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 dots. Yeah. Nice. Yeah, of course, famous because I have bots on my channel. And I'm famous. Interesting logic. Uh, yeah. Yeah. There. Okay. So now we change this here. Okay. We are definitely gonna use this here. This can go away. Okay. Okay, let's make this better. Let's make this better because now we can. Now we don't have to use this. Yeah, okay. We have to use, so 1, 2, 3, 6 plus 3 is 9. Okay. That is a 9er. Yeah. Like this. So another brick. And then we need 3. Such a shame. Oh, it needs to hold it back like this. So I'm gonna use this here. And okay. Never mind. Never mind. Then we're gonna use it. Yeah, okay. Use this. This. And thinking of something that's gonna look good. Not efficient enough for my taste. I mean, what to do here?
This, and we use cable stuff here, I guess. No, like this. I don't know. If we want to, we can do something else here as well. But it's gonna be fine. Okay. Let's re-engineer this part here, because now we're gonna have another gear here. That's gonna be good question. Our gear, and how are we gonna drive this? I would like to have another gear. So this gear and another gear, and the gear up here is gonna be driven by something. So essentially something like this. So we have this part here that we can put the brace through, this here and this here, and then this here. Okay. And since I know there's not a lot of force going through here, so connectors will do. I think connectors will do. Okay, so this guy's gonna be slightly different, and this guy here will be kind of, both of them can be or have to be the blue variant. Okay, like this. So this is immediately more stable, because we are going to have this one's going to be here. Yeah. Here, here, and here. Okay. Let's see how this goes. Doing it as efficiently as possible is gonna be the challenge here. So this one's gonna be here. Okay. So whatever gears we're gonna use are gonna be here. Hmm? there is room here for the small 12 clusters. Definitely is. Mm, definitely. Mm, yeah, should work. So we're gonna brace this on this side, and here we're gonna have to engineer a brace here. Yeah, so with this here. Which means that very simply, we are going to use what I wanted to use initially. So this here. There. And we're gonna use it like this. Okay, so there's a limited angle of attack here. No problem. We're gonna have a cardan shaft here, so a cardan joint here, that's gonna, go into the cockpit. Fine. Now we have this gear here, and this gear here. And now we have to just engineer the brace, and the brace is gonna be pinned on these three um, positions, and of course on the three axes. It's gonna intersect the three axles. How? That's what's gonna be interesting. Mm-hmm. Yeah. A problem. Of course. Of course, a problem. Because if we now try to spin this here, we're not gonna be able to spin this at all. We were able to actuate the mechanism because we were actuating it through the clutch. But now we want to turn this here instead of the clutch. Yeah. And this is all very interesting, but the problem is that we would actually have to do it like this, so that we actuate the, the axle on the clutch, because we are never going to move the axle of the motor. Not in a million years with a reasonable amount of force. Even if we do it like this, yeah, the motor has way too much torque for us to move it like this. So this is kind of not gonna happen. Which is why I wanted to have this in the first place. Let's see how much room we have in the car. So essentially, this is a good idea in and on itself, but this is the problem. We would need all of this to be one stud further here, but it kinda can't because of this. What we could do is if we move this further in, but if we do this, how do we mount any of this then? That's the problem. How do we mount any of this then? Let's see. Let's see. We don't, because this gear cannot be closer to the engine. I mean, to the engine, to the servo, because obviously it doesn't fit. We even if we put a gear in here, we cannot actuate it with anything. Damn it. Damn it. Could have been so, you know, could have been so satisfying, but nope. Nope. Good thing that I remembered before I went to the trouble of designing this brace here. Oh, shit. And we cannot put it on the other side either because there's the motor. The only way we could do this is if we redesigned all of this. So if we repositioned the motor, and the motor would drive all of this in a different way. It could, you know, it could. How would it drive it? I guess the motor could be either placed vertically and driving this axle directly. This is a possibility. Problem is, if we turn it around, it's gonna be a massive problem with gears here. So if we, if this motor would have this gear mounted in the front of it, and one gear would be here, and the motor would be pointed down, that would be a possibility. But how do we mount the motor? Everything else. And the motor would need to drive the clutch, of course. That's the main requirement. Thing is, yeah, technically I could, but the motor itself, come on, itself. You know, wow. Okay. It's it requires quite a lot of force to turn. You know, like this, it goes no problem, but you're not gonna turn the motor. Um, and that's the issue. So the motor itself is just sitting there, uh, and it has to actuate the mechanism via the clutch, so that everything that we want to move manually, we have to use this axle that goes through the clutch. That's the main issue here. But yeah, repositioning the motor is what I'm thinking about. But I have to reposition it so that in whatever we do, it would actuate the gear and not too fast. If we have 1-to-1 ratio, maybe not the best. Not the best. If we position the motor on top here, then we are not gonna be able to have this mechanism that's gonna connect to the cockpit. So there's that. Hmm. There is a possibility. There is a possibility. So imagine if the motor would be driving this axle here, and the clutch, this one, would be on this axle here. The mechanism that we envisioned here would be the same. So we would have this here, because we need to get to there, and we cannot have the gears here because the hood is going like this. So we would have it like this, and except this would be a normal gear, and the gear on this side we would have the clutch gear that would be driven by the motor. That is a possibility. Let's see how possible this is. So basically, what I want to see is how much room we have under the hood. I hope we have enough. Yeah, no. There is literally no room. This part of the hood here is literally sitting on the motor. You see? So the motor cannot be higher. It is already on the motor.
Hey, Maxim. Where the motor could be. Come on. Where the motor could be theoretically is up here. Sorry, is up here. So the motor could be here. Oh, thought so. I have another motor. So the motor would be sitting here. Not sure how we're gonna mount it, but it could be sitting here. There is room for it. Of course. Yeah, no idea how to mount it here. It's very difficult to mount because it doesn't have any pinholes. I hate this. But yeah, it is what it is. Fuck me, I don't know. Why does this have to be always so difficult? Such a, could be so simple. Could be so simple. And we have just the 5-stud window in between the frame rails to do anything. And we cannot increase the 5-stud window because there's absolutely no room to do this. Even if I would reposition, I was just looking here. If I would reposition some of the parts here, so if I would end the frame rail here, and remove this part here, and have this part here in the back as the frame rail. So we would not have this part here, and technically we could move the gear further out. It would not make our lives much easier because there will be other problems. Yes, we could then move the gear further out, or have another gear here, but then we wouldn't be able to connect any of it because of this here. And this here, we kinda cannot move it outside. No, we can. We can. We can make room for it. Yeah. We need to redesign the chassis. Yeah. We need to redesign the chassis. Now, my concern here is that
you see the connector here, this one on which the suspension is connected to. These are not friction pins, and I mean they are kind of, but not really. So we would have this connection, this connection, and this connection would basically be carrying the whole front part of the car. I don't know. This is too flimsy for my taste. Even what we have here feels flimsy-ish. You know, if this was friction pins in the real sense, maybe, but it's flimsy. What to do? We use 3. Yeah, we have to use 3, but then we have done nothing. So, see, if we use 3 pins, so 1, 2, 3, then we have the problem with the gear, because the gear is exactly here and will interfere with this. And even if we move everything out there, we still have done nothing. I mean, I would move this one out anyway, I think, but it's not good enough. I don't think so. I don't think so. It's gonna be so flimsy. I mean, let's try it, but let's try it on this side, I guess. Now imagine that this doesn't exist. Okay, just imagine. We are just testing. Oh god. Oh god. No. So, see, none of this is connected, but see, this one, this one. Yes, both move a little bit, but this one moves very little. This one moves a lot, and you can clearly. I don't have to. I mean, I pushed it here. I have to push it here. See, this moves a lot. This moves a little. This moves a lot. We could mitigate this by some triangulation. That we could absolutely. And we are gonna try because we are adventurous. And if this works, then it's gonna be brilliant. If it doesn't, who cares? Yeah, as expected. None of those holes really line up. I wish they did. What are the odds? What are the odds? And even if there are odds, will it even work? Blimey. This is stronger than this. This is stronger than this. It is. We are cheating a little bit, but I'm okay with that. The question now is, okay, we need to mount this here. This here. This is obviously mountable. Okay, how are we gonna attach this here? Somehow, I guess we're gonna just move this further out. So as long as this is in the same position as before, we should have no problem with this here. Or would we? No. Obviously we will. But we can re-engineer this. Yeah. Okay. Oh, this is here. Yeah. So this is. Yeah. Okay, we need to re-engineer this part here because now things are in the way. Yeah. See, But that's not really a problem. Not really. I mean, this is good. This is good. This is easy to engineer. Um, yeah, very easy. Very easy. Mm, I mean, if I had the Kada once, that would be easier. I use this one, I guess. Yeah, to start closer. Yeah. So same everything, only better. So now we need to remove this part here. So we need to change this lift arm for a shorter one. And it needs to be, yeah, not short enough, I guess. Not short enough. Or no, not short enough, because it's gonna be here. It would need to be one stud further there. That's impossible, because the lift arm here is pinned here, here. We literally cannot pin it anywhere else. And we have 4 pinholes that we need to get rid of, but we can get rid of only 3. That is not enough. That is not enough. Oh, damn it. It's so unfortunate. I mean, we're definitely gonna keep the modification that we did here. That's definitely adding. Holy shit. Okay, that's adding so much strength. It's not even debatable. Um, and some of this we're gonna move this. Not sure if this is gonna help our mechanism, but definitely the modification that we did here was not in vain. We are gonna keep this. Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's it for today, I guess. I have been on this for 3 hours before the stream, so mm, come on. Yeah. So yeah, problem is, hmm, let's see. Maybe we can get away with it because it's one step offset. Uh, let me hmm, let's find out uh, very quickly. Let's find out because I'm probably not gonna be able to sleep if I don't figure this out. So this is gonna be our situation. Yes, it's enough. It's enough. It's gonna be enough. This is the solution. This is what you're gonna do. So tomorrow we are going to modify the whole front part. So the other side, like we did here, and we are going to replace the lift arm here, obviously, on both sides. So we're gonna have a lot more room, and everything is gonna be even stiffer. I have no idea how to attach in this solution here how to attach the front bumper, or this here, but we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Um, there will be a solution. So yeah. Tomorrow we'll probably do it like today in the evening because during the day I have a few things that I need to do. Even though it's November 1st, I need to prepare the car for MOT, which is on Wednesday. The handbrake needs adjusting, and I need to protect while everything will be in the air without wheels. I will clean the real arches and spray them with wax, so it's not gonna rust in the winter. So yeah, I'm gonna see how motivated I am for this in the afternoon, but in the evening we are going to continue with this. Yeah, interesting, very interesting. I'm very happy that very happy that this is so much more. When you lift it up, you can fuck me. You can feel this feels stiff. This feels like chewing gum, and I was like thinking in the afternoon, this when you pick the car up, this feels like garbage. We have the solution. Um, I would not even have considered it, but yeah, it's there. What's problematic with it is, of course, that these are harder to push in, and when pushed in, I believe they are. Oh, it's not too bad. They're relatively easy to pull out, but you do need a screwdriver. With your hands, impossible. But with this guy, yeah, it's it's tight, but that's the way we like it. Yeah. Um, I use a type of wax that you can spray on the outside, so not the cavity wax, but wax for outside application. And I managed to prolong the rust repairs on the car for years. So the car has some surface rust. If I wouldn't have treated it with the wax, it would be rusted through long time ago. But it's still just the way I bought it. So wax is really good. Basically, it sticks to what I mean. You should clean the surface, of course, but it will stick to the whatever it is. Even if you don't have rust, it will stick to the surface, and it will first of all prevent oxygen and moisture to to get to the rust if you have any, and it's gonna be flexible, so that if stones chip on it, it's gonna protect it. And it's working on my car very, very nicely. Um, buy it. The 2.0 OHC motor is good. I drove one last year. There's one for sale here in Croatia, but obviously I don't have any space to put it, and I don't really have the money to do it. So anyway, that's it for today. Thank you for watching, and I see you tomorrow.